Welcome back to Tech by Pike. Today we're talking about the benchmarking results we got from the MSI GP76 Leopard 17'3 gaming laptop. Quick review of the specs. It has an i7 Gen I7-11800H processor, has an RTX 3070, and with dynamic boost it maxes out to about 130 watts. 16 gigabytes of RAM that's upgradable to 64. It's 3200 hertz. Has a 1 terabyte SSD with an extra slot for more storage, and that's 4th gen. Has 17.3 full HD 1920 by 1080 240 hertz ISP panel at 327 nits of brightness. Killer Wi-Fi 6E, has a 720p camera and 65 watt battery, which means you're going to be connected to the power brick while playing AAA games. And if you're not, you're only going to be able to play for an hour or two before the battery runs out of juice. Anyway, we have some benchmarking results. I want to bring those to you as soon as possible, but first I want to go over a couple things that I liked about this laptop and some things I didn't like. The things that I liked. The keyboard, it is a Steel Series. It had good travel, good clicking action. I really like it. Had a nice full-size trackpad. It was very smooth, good clicking action all the way to the top of the mouse pad. This thing is rock solid. I mean, it is sturdy. No flex whatsoever. There was a tad bit of wobble when we opened up the screen, but I don't think it's anything to be concerned about, especially with these thick hinges here. Has lots of venting for airflow. Keep this laptop cool while playing AAA games. A couple things I didn't like about this laptop. No USB-C ports, and I have to be honest with you, that might be a non-starter for some. No SD card slot, mini or full size, and that's unfortunate for content creators. So I don't know what to tell you there. That might actually make somebody go look at some other competitors just for those two things alone. This laptop has a lot of options for upgrading. Like I said, the memory, the storage, even the Wi-Fi card is swappable. I had a hard time getting into this laptop. I was unscrewing one of the screws and it almost felt like it was starting to strip. So I put it back in and I didn't go any further. So we looked at the internals as far as what the MSI website had, but that's it. I didn't want to go any further or chance maybe breaking it. So there you go. A little difficult to get into. We have the benchmarking. I want to bring that to you right now. Let's get into it. This is the built-in 720p camera and microphone. Go ahead and type on the keyboard. Be great for conferencing calls. Anything outside of that, I'd get an external. We're going to test out the speakers here using one of my previous videos, my unboxing of the Razer Blade 17-inch. So let's start it out at 50% here.
Welcome back to Tech by Pike. Today we are on unboxing.
Now we'll go up to 100%.
Razer Blade 17-inch gaming laptop. This comes with the i9-11900H processor.
It's not bad, actually. I've heard some better speakers in previous laptops, but these are not bad. We performed some screen tests using our SpiderX Pro, and we got 100% of sRGB, 80% of Adobe RGB, and 81% of P3. On this laptop, you can go into the MSI Center, and here you can do some monitoring of the hardware, CPU, GPU usage, the CPU and GPU temps, the fan speeds, and you can also configure the performance of the laptop based on what you're doing, whether it's productivity or gaming. Under the Features tab here, you can go to User Scenario, and you got a number of selections here. Extreme Performance for gamers, Balance and Silence, and Power Save. On the extreme performance, you have this gear here. You can set the GPU core clock and the VRAM clock offsets, and then also set the Cooler 5 boost here. And and we'll go ahead and do that. Hit save. The fans are really loud in my opinion, and they kick in pretty fast. And that's on high. We're going to go ahead and turn that off. Save. Also under the Features tab, you can go to General Settings, and this is where you would set the MUX switch from MS Hybrid Graphics Mode to Discrete Graphics Mode. When you select the Discrete Graphics code, it does require a reboot of the laptop. And when you go back to the MS Hybrid mode, it also requires a reboot of the laptop. This laptop comes with SteelSeries keyboard, and the SteelSeries keyboard has a per key RGB. You can go into the application here and set that backlighting to whatever you want, and I think that's pretty cool. We started our synthetic benchmarking with 3D Mark. We went with TimeSpy first and then Firestrike. So we used TimeSpy, part of our synthetic benchmarking. Our graphics score was 11,857, our CPU core score was 11,087, and our overall score was 11,734, which is excellent. Our score was somewhere in the middle between average and best for online comparisons. We also ran Firestrike. Our graphics score was 28,661. Physics score was 23,821. Combined score was 10,206. And our overall score compared to online scores was 23,661. And that was also between average and best compared to other online, other laptops that were compared online. So we utilized Cinebench as part of our synthetic benchmarking on this laptop, and for CPU multi-core score we got 11,810 points, and for the single core score we got 1,490 points. So we jumped on a number of our favorite games and recorded our frames per second for each game. One of them is Battlefront 2. I know this game is practically dead, or if not dead. But every once in a while I like to play it. And we had all the settings on high, and we were getting around 130 to 160 FPS on average. Another game we like to play is Cyberpunk 2077. And with settings on high, and obviously the MUX switch switched to dedicated graphics, that was the same with the Battlefront 2 as well, if I didn't mention that. We were getting around 55 to 62 FPS on average. And then we got on one of our new favorite games, Final Fantasy XIV. And this was interesting. In crowds in the cities, we were getting around 90 to 110 FPS. But if we were out in the open fighting, we were getting around 230 to 240 FPS. And I'm guessing if we were like in a cave or something and fighting with other players trying to take down some kind of a boss, then that average would come down quite a bit, but I didn't get an opportunity to do that. There are some games that have some in-game benchmarking tools that we utilize on a regular basis. One of them is Tomb Raider, F1 2020, Red Dead Redemption, Horizon Zero Dawn. And so we have this spreadsheet. It's not fantastic, but it gives you the basic averages for max, average, and minimum FPS for each game with this particular laptop. So with this laptop and Tomb Raider, everything on high and the MUX switch switched to dedicated graphics. Shadows of the Tomb Raider on average got a max FPS of 276, average 153, and minimum at 128 FPS. F1 2020, we got a max of 219 FPS, 197 FPS, and a minimum of 166 FPS. Red Dead Redemption, we got a max of 119 FPS, average 70 FPS, and minimum of 28 FPS. And then Horizon Zero Dawn, we really beat out all the laptops on this graph, from our Acer to our XPG. The GP76 got a max of 206 FPS, an average of 118 FPS, and a minimum of 65 FPS. That's pretty awesome. The MSI GP76 Leopard 17'3 gaming laptop. There's a lot of performance under the hood here, and lots of options for upgradability. An extra slot for another SSD for more storage. You can upgrade the memory from, with this laptop, it's 32 gigs. You can upgrade it to 64, and then the Wi-Fi card is swappable. It is a little bit heavy, so for me, I probably wouldn't travel a lot with this laptop. It would probably be stationary on my desk, but that's just me. A couple red flags, and these are major red flags for me personally, maybe not for you, but no full-size SD slot, no mini SD slot, and no USB-C ports. So those are red flags for me. Other than that, this is a really great laptop in my opinion, and we got it out on the Best Buy website for just a little over $2,000. There are other laptops around that price point, but that we've also reviewed and you can see on our spreadsheet, but this one is either on par with those laptops or beats them in gaming performance. So, and it has a mux switch, so that's great news. You're probably wondering, and I'm going to steer away from this laptop now, you're probably wondering why we're still reviewing laptops that are now considered last year's models, because CES just occurred. We're now talking about AMD Ryzen 6900H and HX processors, the new Intel processors, the new RTX 3070 Ti's and 3080 Ti's graphic cards. The reason I'm still talking about them is, one, those laptops have not been, even though they've been introduced at CES, they haven't launched yet. And not only that, is once they do, I'm guessing they're going to leave the shelves very quickly, and I think a lot of us are not going to have an opportunity to really get our hands on them until maybe late summer and early fall. That's my opinion. With the chip shortages, with shipping issues due to COVID, I just don't think these laptops that have been introduced at CES are going to be readily available for everyone. And I think these laptops that are from 2021, that still have the 11th gen, the AMD 5900HX and the RTX series graphics cards, are still viable, are still fantastic gaming laptops and good options. And I think once we do start seeing those newer laptops come out, these laptops that are from 2021 are going to go on sale, and you can probably get them for a less expensive price. So anyway, keep that in mind while you're looking for your new gaming rig. Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this from Tech by Pike, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it, and it helps the channel. Not only that, it gives us an opportunity to go ahead and make more videos like this for you. So for that, we appreciate it. Until next time.